want you now. Your time has come. Now gaze deep into your mind. Well, some people are unkind, and I'm not really sure, I wonder why. They go to Golden Gate Park to drink beer, to drink beer, to drink beer, to drink beer, to drink beer.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Fullpint podcast. This is a show where we talk about current trends and topics in the world of beer with some of the most interesting, famous, and influential members of the beer industry. I'm your host, Danny Fullpint, co-founder of thefullpint.com. Today, we are joined by our president, Andy Carter, along with our good buddy, the Wort Wrangler, Antonio. But before we begin this podcast, we'd like you to know that you can find the show on Apple Podcast, Google, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and many other podcast platforms. Now let's welcome to the show our president, Andy Carter, and our boy, the Wort Wrangler. How's it going, gents?
Hey, Danny. How's it going?
It's great.
So we're
Happy
trying
Sunday.
a three-man weave today because trying to take it off of the group text for the first time.
It's been a
Yeah.
year. It's been talked about for more than a year, but we finally made it.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
has been a long
getting it
time
done.
coming. Hey, here we are, beginning a fall season, spooky season, stout season.
It's
What
the
do you
best
guys been?
season.
What do you guys been drinking lately, Antonio?
Well, at the moment, we're gonna go with a pu'er tea. I believe from the Yunnan China, province of China. But beer wise, last night was some South O rice lager, very good. I forgot the style. I want to say it was a Bach. No, it was a Dunkel. It was a Dunkel. I don't remember the name of it, but what was kind of hilarious is I was at a Christmas or a Halloween party at somebody's house who's particularly pretty religious, and I think the can had like some kind of like goat sacrificial artwork on it. So that was pretty interesting, putting that in their fridge.
All right, Andy, what have you been drinking lately? Is my boy on mute?
Oh yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. All right.
There we go.
We'll cut everything and be hard by this. Hey, guys. So, yeah, no, I got the course Athletic Brewing. Antonio's very familiar with this brand. But also, they finally made it out into the wild of Southern California. Celebration IPA. Very pleased to see this. I'll be doing the full vertical on my personal Patreon very soon. 3 years back to back to back, but very happy to see this out in the wild.
Right on. I had some of that this weekend, but Sierra Nevada sent me the gifted 6-pack, and drinking it out of a dimpled mug doesn't hit the same. It not as sharp. Just drinking some iced coffee right now, but I have found an online retailer that's been sending cases of Schilling lager.
Ooh, interesting.
And
Interesting.
until they sponsor the show and send us a bunker of lager, I'm not mentioning their name.
Put them on blast.
I don't play like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So, hey, we just wrapped up the Great American Beer Festival. Most people who are viewers of this show very familiar with the granddaddy of them all. Every year in Denver, Colorado, hundreds of breweries gather to present their beer on an expo floor and then enter to win gold medals. Tell us about your experience this year.
Yeah. This was a wild year. This was a good one. Other than it was my first time. I skipped last year, but then this year was my first time seeing how everything is kind of in the different sections. You have like the space section, the scary, I guess, horror film section kind of deal. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think I do prefer the sections kind of being all like they put everybody together more by, I think, like state and area and city and stuff. But it was interesting nonetheless. A lot of fun after parties, after events. Shout out Bagby, Bagby Underground Tiki Party, probably my favorite outside event of the whole thing. It was awesome. It was actually really fun this year too because I brought my cousin who's a big beer fan but not at all tied in with the industry, so he got to kind of observe the chaos and the camaraderie, and it was great. It's kind of funny too. He was actually mentioning that you're in the Great American Beer Festival. Obviously, you see people that don't they get things. People get a little sloppy. It's not their everyday thing. Um, but he was tripping out on the outside events. He's like, dude, I see these guys like, guys, girls, everybody like just down in like 8, 9 beers, and like they're still functioning, they're still talking, they're still like acting normal. He's like, this is weird. This is weird drinking with like professionals.
It's the way it goes there. And then if you add up, like, let's say you're there 3-4 days, it's nonstop.
Oh yeah, for sure, nonstop. Yeah, there was so much good beer. I think personally my favorite out of all the chaos, out of all the breweries this year for me was out of Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
Blind Tiger. Like I hear there's like nothing around it. You have to like drive 2 hours to get to it, and this dude is just like stacked with medals too. But his Bach, it's called My Bach, and it's the best, probably the best best Bach I ever had. Dortmunder too, Andy, I believe. It was all there. It was all there. It was pretty magical. But everything overall though, really cool fucking fest. Did the Samuel Adams Dogfish media event. That was epic. We were drinking Utopia at 9 in the morning. Like, I mean, you can't complain about 30% beer 9 in the morning. Good times though, and I thought it would have been hilarious to. I actually been chatting with Disney Channel original movie star Brendan Baker. He played Johnny Tsunami, the lead, and I've been chatting with him online, and I came out that he was in Denver, and he brought up, he was like, dude, if you're gonna be in Denver, why don't we just meet for a beer? So I like one upped it. I'm like, let's just go to this media event together. So I rolled through the media event with Disney Channel original actor.
That's fun.
It was super epic. It was awesome. We had like, again, it's like I'm always like honored and humbled when people like will come up to me and ask me for a photo or something. And so someone came up to me, asked me for a photo in front of him, and it was kind of like just surreal because I'm like, whoa, somebody has to take a photo of me in front of him, and like in front of a major part of my childhood. But then the person who took the photo with me, I whispered to them like, yo, like, did you ever watch Disney Channel original movies? And then he was like, yeah, Johnny Tsunami. And then I pointed, I'm like, well, that's it. But then the dude like double freaked out, like, what the hell? Like,
That's fantastic.
yeah. It was a pretty epic time. Good breakfast. And then we did the drive. This was also I believe, like, I've road tripped it twice already. I need to get the hell over myself, and I'm gonna fly next year. It's gonna be a big thing. Probably with you gentlemen, if you want to join. I'm just gonna try to round up this big posse to leave the airport at the same time. That's gonna be the support system.
As long as some of us can keep you on the plane, you can't. Maybe one or two men couldn't stop you. You could break free, but if there's like 5 or 6 of us, you're definitely staying on the plane.
Exactly. I won't
It's
do
the
anything
plane
crazy.
ride home though. You don't want to be on with the posse if you smell what I'm saying. That's the walk of shame, the flight of shame.
Danny, just the private jet. Just get the PJ.
Just the
Yeah.
Fire
PJ.
up the PJ. It'll be fine.
Yeah, get an air purifier on that thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this, because I can't concentrate now until we get this cleared up. What's going on with Mr. Bagby?
Oh, I didn't get much of a chance to talk to him too much during the party, but as far as I know, only thing I've heard, obviously the brewery is purchased by Green Cheek, and then I don't really know much other details other than that.
Okay, fair enough. We'll move on from that then.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't. The party was it was crazy. It was at Bierstadt. It's like underground, and like it's in the cellar. So, and it was pretty crazy, like shoulder to shoulder, bunch of pretty awesome people hanging out.
That's cool. I mean, it sounds like they've tried to make the festival a little more interesting It's kind of been like walking around a really big Home Depot for years.
What,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like once you a lot of a lot of similarities, but I will say though, like, I don't want to throw shade, but I was not a fan of the awards this year.
mm,
I don't know
You
if you
know,
saw.
I missed them, but
I watched them all,
tell me.
but go on.
Yeah, it wasn't in the theater. It wasn't in the auditorium like it normally is. It was just out, in the open, like in a corner of the fest, I guess, like in a corner of that what's the I
Expo
guess
Hall.
expo hall. There we go. Like it was in the corner, and it was just very, you know, like without that raised theater seating, the leveled seating, it was just people in front of you. You couldn't see much. Like if you managed to grab a seat, I mean, there was a bunch of standing room. It was just a random DJ. Like, they're like, kick it off, DJ. He's like, poof, poof, like just.
I
It
just
was,
think they're trying to make this more interesting because for anybody who's gone for 10, 20 years, it's been a rerun.
yeah.
And if you're not there having fun, raging and bar hopping, then you're like, all right, I could miss this year because I know exactly what's happening. But this actually sounds like a huge deviation.
Yeah, it was like I could see why they maybe if they want to pull away from like the auditorium and stuff, I get it. I mean, me if I was running the thing, like I would personally not have it separated. I would let the attendees, like the actual, like, even if they're not industry, let them join the award ceremony too. Then if you want to throw it on the floor, throw it on the
Right.
show
I kind
floor,
of like that idea.
because people will scream for their favorite breweries, and like that's what makes this whole
Do
Right.
these people work their ass off, and like, so this is a nice little celebration moment. I think it should be shared with all the fans, all the drinkers.
Isn't it really that they probably did that to save money? I mean, in the end, right? They're like,
Pretty sure.
yeah, right. So it's just their
You don't think it was a new
contracting.
attraction?
No,
No,
because
I
you
think
had
it's all
to be.
costs. Yeah.
It was you were only industry too. You had to have like a separate ticket. You had to have your badge and then a separate ticket. Which it was kind of a little bit of a shit show. I feel like with the passes this year too. I think
Were they skimping on the passes?
kinda. I'm not gonna lie. BA that wasn't that fun, man. Like that was. I had to. Luckily, with the beautiful support of the community, I was able to get some passes and get my way in. But normally, the BA always lets me in as media. This year, they gave me an influencer pass, which was like really lame because you don't get access to much stuff and you only get like one session. Which again, I'm not trying to be a little diva princess here, but I was just like, hey, like I'm doing all kinds of
There's
content.
only like 4 people writing about beer anymore, so what the fuck do they want?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I went through all their media credentials, like I went through the media requirements, and I'm well over, what they need, what they wanted, and like, but I don't know. They gave me a weird influencer pass, that was kind of a headache of like I had to like really, you know, work my way to hitting up friends, hitting up other people like in the beer community, grabbing passes for. Not everybody had like all access pass. Some people.
I think they should be rolling out the red carpet for anyone who wants to cover this shit these days.
I mean, just
Because
let us in.
then what? Yeah, I mean, what's the alternative? People like Wort Wrangler aren't covering their precious little dog and pony show, so
Yeah,
just doesn't make sense.
it was weird. It was for sure weird. That definitely would have been. Again, I'm not sitting here asking for I want the VIP lounge and stuff, but I like having to stress out about how am I going to get to multiple sessions, because I'm there doing a bunch of content. I'm there doing like a bunch of stuff that ultimately does push the actual festival itself. Like I'm there
Right.
having doing the I did luckily Yakima Chief actually helped me out one of the days get in there, so shout out to them.
Good folks.
Yeah, Yakima Chief hops. I did a hop trivia video. I don't know if you've had a chance to see it yet.
Very funny, very good, very,
I
very
loved
good.
it. I love it, and it's a very super surprising. I literally thought I would have to like. They gave me a whole sheet of questions to ask, and I only fucking needed one the whole time. Like nobody
It was
like
pretty solid.
Yeah, that was that was incredible. That like these brewers, that like everybody that was asking, they all make incredible beer. We had like Sierra Nevada, we had like all these like Dogfish Head and world class brewers. Just this like you ask them what's the central stem of the hop cone called, and like nobody knew.
I
And
still don't.
yeah, it's called the Strig, I guess. The Strig,
Okay.
Strig. Yeah,
Did you do
and
Alpha King?
I did. I judged Alpha King.
That's dope.
I judged it. It was a fucking crazy wall to wall. Just like that was kind of my cousin's first dose too of a real industry event. He had no idea what to expect. Like I brought him in. I was like, oh hey man, like gonna leave you, like drop him off like a little kid. Like okay, there's food. There's go play with your friends. I'm gonna go work real quick. Kid, like
Go
So-
play the
I
giant
come
Jenga.
out.
Yeah.
The
So for
guy,
this-
the guy has like 5 random people surrounding him. Like they're all cracking jokes. A lot of you would think it's just like buddies that hadn't seen each other in years. I was like, he fit right in. It was awesome.
So for those at home, the Alpha King is the IPA off-site event, self-run award. And so Antonio, want to kind of give us a breakdown of the types of IPAs. How did it go? How did that judging go? I'm so curious.
Yeah, no, the judging was very interesting because you had there's different rounds, and I think the way it goes down is like it's kind of they have only so many entries. This year I heard it was like a record breaking for how fast they filled up. I think it only took like 90 minutes or something like that, and like I don't know how many breweries altogether, but yeah, there's different rounds. I judged the I guess you could say the championship rounds, because the first one everybody's all in, and then if you make it to the second round, they actually will, like, I think, send out an email to all the brewers like, hey, you're being advanced, like you better get back here soon. And yeah, so we did that. The judging itself was a very it was pretty cool guidelines. Like, it was literally just the most drinkable IPA. Like how like whatever it is, that's where it does get a little subjective, right? Of like, what is your ideal IPA? And that's kind of what the standards they want you to judge off of. Not so much like BJCP, specific category. It's just, no, what's a tasty IPA to you? And my table, they were like some nerds. Like, I mean, I was nerding out too. We were all kind of nerding out, but they actually are very knowledgeable. Shout out Teresa, and there was a couple other guys. But yeah, like they were very, I guess, constructive and breaking each thing down, and we all kind of just went at it and with tasting notes and really, really like deconstructed the beers. However, though, the table like next to us was like done in like a third of the time that we took.
Was it only West Coast IPA? What were the boundary conditions on?
I think you can just any IPA.
Okay.
Yeah,
There was like a hazy, a double, a single kind of.
I know they typically give it like the first place West Coast, first place double. They try to make it, or triple IP. They try to like fraction it. I just didn't know how you saw the event.
I think no, from what I remember, yeah, it's just straight up like third place, second place, first place, just IPA. It can be anything. And yeah, in the championship rounds, I don't think I saw one hazy beer around. Yeah, and then it was kind of funny. I mean, no shade at anybody. I just thought it was hilarious. Very. I mean, I respected it. I respected it so much. It was there was somebody on my table. I forgot his name. He made a remark to a brewer. I'll say he's an owner of a delicious, very just world class brewery. I'd say, like, amazing spot. But it was funny because some guy made a remark to him as he, like I said, his table took like a third of the time our table took, and as he's walking out, somebody from my table went, "Oh, a little fast, isn't it?" And the dude just like looks at him and just goes, "Yeah, I know what I like to drink. You telling me you don't know what you like to drink?" And then just walked out. Like, that is gangster.
Ooh.
That is gangster.
That's funny as shit.
It was a third place Hop Dogma, second place No Boat Brewing, and first Sun River, with the Jesse's pick being Ghost Town. These all sound like, yes, West Coast IPAs or double IPAs. And then what's nice is the website run by Yakima Chief. Shout out Yakima Chief. It actually breaks down all the entries. Or, well, hold on. Is this just the top entries? No, it's a lot of the entries are listed, and what the beer name is, and also IBUs, and if they used which ingredients. So a lot
if
of
you want to win, it's got to be Yakima Chief hops.
I mean, just saying, there is a lot of Yakima Chief, you know,
Products.
TMs and registered trademarks after a lot of these names. So Sun River used. I'm just trying to pull up the data here. So Double Whammies was a 75 IBU beer, Mosaic, Nectaron, Strata, and Nelson. So sounds expensive.
Now, I know Alpha Acids, Alpha King, but is this named after the old Three Floyds beer originally?
I don't think so.
I thought that too, but I'm looking right now. History. So
it was but
was inspired by Three Floyds Brewing from Munster and their famous Alpha King Pale Ale. It was a strong, hoppy, and delicious, the perfect example of beers looking for the competition. 1998, Three Floyds agreed to lend the name of of their beer to the cause, and Alpha King Challenge was born.
That's cool.
So it is, and that's interesting because that would be, of all the beers that were made in 1998, how many do you think are still being made?
That's a little
yeah.
A little sad.
So then, just to jump back for a second. So the awards, any crazy surprises or upsets or?
For JBF, I would say, of course, I did a story post on it making fun of it of Green Cheek. I forgot the category though. I'm sure you're probably good at finding it, Andy. Is there was
you
only
do it like
one.
Theo Von. Why don't you pull up?
Jamie,
pull that up.
Pull that up, please.
Pull that up, please.
So there was an award category with no gold. And but Green Cheek won silver. Yeah, Green Cheek won silver in that category. And I posted, I was like, so like kinda gold? Like I don't know. I'll go with it.
Yeah.
So for
that was like the year when
Doom
Allagash didn't get the gold for white, but nobody did.
Doom Sludge, which is the American Black Ale or American Stout, and it was silver, no gold awarded this year.
Stupid.
So I never knew how that happened. Do you guys know how that happens? How does that happen to like there is no gold?
We've done it at America.
This is been our bet. Yeah.
Well, BJCP rules if you don't think first BJCP rules. I mean, if no beer is above 30 points, then no beer can get any medals because there's nothing in style. So if you're relying on some of that logic, what you're saying is that you're making good beers, but you're not making the best. But, even then, I would be hard pressed to say if it's getting a silver, why isn't it getting a gold? What's stopping you from saying that this shouldn't move on? Is this not worthy of the final table? That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense at all. So, I mean, I don't know. If Danny, I don't know if you have a tinfoil hat theory about it, but
there was. I mean, the tinfoil theory is they're stupid, but let me see if I can pull it up. It was the Allagash White. Oh well, can't find it. They were in that same thing where like no gold awarded, and it's like, all right, even like you can explain it to me 100 times, and I'm still like,
not gonna see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But and then I saw Westbound and Down did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's Westbound and Down, always a crowd pleaser. There was what else was there?
Your other two best breweries. So the relatively speaking, doing similar levels of goodness was Fatheads with 2 golds, a silver, 2 bronzes. Up Liquids with 2 golds, 2 silvers, and a bronze, and similarly for Westbound and Down, 2 golds, a silver, and a bronze, and so pretty competitive. And yeah, I mean, good to see Fatheads taking strong numbers.
Yeah,
I have not don't think I've ever tasted an Up Liquids beer, so
never heard of them.
Could be curious to try to pull on them a little bit.
Yeah,
Andy, are you one of those guys that will go seek out some medal winners that you've never heard of around the country?
Yeah, if I can travel and it makes sense, I won't do the Michelin star, drive. I mean, if it's in my realm of driving, I will. But I mean, I'm in the Oregon area often enough to go and then find this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it. I won't. It would be hard for me to justify doing it only for that. I would have to already be going for a travel in an
Got it.
area versus that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. S-
Yeah. There was.
I was sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, back when I was doing this for years, Falling Rock was the central hub. Everyone was like, meet me at Falling Rock before we go to 10 other places. What is now the gathering spot in downtown Denver?
I honestly, Bierstadt is a big one. Like
Right.
everybody's there, Bierstadt, and then the other one, OMF. A lot of people, a lot of OMF drinkers. I would say
Okay.
our mutual friend.
Sure.
Which it threw me off the first time I ever heard of them. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to our mutual friend. I'm like, okay, like what friend? Like what friend's house are we going to? Like who like where are we going? And I had to figure that out. It's actually badass though. It's a great brewery and it's right next door to this really good barbecue spot that's Dungeons and Dragons themed. It's so
That's funny.
kick ass. Like every hot sauce is named after one of the, like a mythical creature or something. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, no, the award ceremony though too, to kind of go back to that, aside from it being weird and not being in an auditorium, I do, maybe I'm just plugging myself in here, but sponsors, you need to update your videos. They're not bad, they're not bad. The I don't know if you remember like the sponsorship like breaks, they play like a little
Yes.
video.
Yep.
But they need some updating. We've already seen the classic, like, oh, like the tank, like it explodes on somebody, beer all over somebody, and then all this, and then I will say RAR did a cool salted nut roll mascot one. That was new, that was good.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody else gotta update your ads there. And oh, would you look at that? I do film and do things like that. So I'm always open for it.
That's good.
But yeah, no, we, other than that, and then of course did our which again, shout out to Yakim and Chief Hops. They sponsored my traditional, or yeah, it's GABF tradition to shoot the participation medal ceremony. It's something dumb I started doing a couple years ago. So every year now I give out participation medals primarily to heartbroken brewers. If you see the video, the first person on there, like, he entered 20 beers and didn't get anything. Like, yeah. So it's always a fun thing. I think, the best quote of the video was from Brian from Dogfish Head, say, aim low and you'll always hit high. So, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I mean, there was a lot of chaos this year, like in a good way. Of course, another GABF tradition too is shooting a Dogfish Head sketch every year. Yeah.
Right.
Now this year was super fun. That was they had a referee themed, so they just told me that, and then I wrote a little script around that, and it's for anybody listening, haven't checked it out yet, just check it out. It's on my page and Dogfish's page of a collab video of it's a good time. It's Sam being a ref and penalizing me, and then I crash out.
I like that, and I like that Sam's still in the thick of things.
Yeah, I love that he like can laugh at himself too, because when on the spot, because I already had the script kind of written, but I was double checking with him if he was cool with everything, and he was just no, let's go, okay, let's go, everybody places, like he was totally into it.
That's great.
And the
He's
last
real.
part of the spoiler alert, but like the end of the video, obviously, like the main thing I crash out on and eject him from was because he's stopped making episodes of Brewmasters. And I just, like, before I filmed that, I'm like, hey, is it cool if I bring that up, or is that a touchy subject? He's like, oh, no, let's go for it. I was like, oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, I can't imagine, especially with him, anything being a touchy subject. Like, he owns the world. Like, he's a happy dude. So it seems.
dude, it was great. And like,
Did they
it
have
was,
a lot of their beers, or do they have their cocktails too, or
yeah, they
what
had
do
their
they have? Yeah.
cocktails. They had their, I think they had like this like strawberry lemonade thing with vodka going on there. I mean, of course, it's always nice to get fresh 90-minute, get all like, you're California, we don't get too much of the fresh
Yeah.
dogfish over here. They had a 120-minute timer. Like they actually had a shot clock like for 120-minute, which was pretty cool. There's a whole separate line for it. Yeah, people that were in the sketch, they got lucky too. I think they were, they were just they happened to be there and like, can I get 120-minute? And then Sam was like, all right, fine, you're filming, you're with us. Yeah, sure, I'll get you a little bit. Like that was cool to see.
Fun.
Just a lot of good beers. He busted out. I think. And on a side note too, you know whose beers really impressed me? BJ's. BJ's, the research and development, dude, is cranking some really tasty shit. And one of the most fun booths because they actually gave you Girdelli chocolate and things to pair with the beer. They gave you like little pieces of chocolate.
Good.
That-
Pizookie?
I like that. Yeah. There's Pizookie coupons, free Pizookies.
No shit.
All over. I snapped like 5.
Dude,
just like,
you are Pizookie rich.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so balling right now. Pizookies, like.
Hey, you're just bumping up. Hey, you want a Pizookie? I got you.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. I mean, a lot of famous brewers started out at BJ's. I want to say Evan Price, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Evan Price. I heard a funny story about him. I don't know if it was BJ's or it might have been Hanger, but I heard that how like there's those glass, like the I guess glass wall so you can like look at everybody working or whatever.
Yes.
I guess a tank like just blew up beer at him, but it shoved him and face and all against the glass wall as there's like beer. Like it was like cartoony from what I heard. I asked him about it once. I can't remember all the details, but that image of him being slammed up against the wall like by beer sounds like
fantastic.
Incredible. But yeah, no, BJ's. I gave him a participation medal. He didn't win anything, but yeah, I think everybody. There were so many surprises, so many. It was cool. It was cool being messed with too. I think there's a couple brewers that I genuinely thought like it was somebody that hated me, and I didn't know that they were just joking because I asked them for a beer and then they took it and then they just like dumped my cup into like their dump ice bucket. And then they gave it back to me. I'm like, oh shit! I think this might have been something
slam me in the locker or something.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you, I mean, when we would go to events and stuff back when we were like breaking news and breaking rumors and all that, we'd be like at a place like GABF and someone would be like after a day drinking like, oh, there's the fucking Fullpint, you fuckers, and we're like, oh. Sometimes they were kidding, sometimes they weren't.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes they're kidding. Sometimes
that means you're
not.
doing a good job. That means they know who you are.
I think. I think ultimately though they did it in good fun. They were. I think they were laughing, and then they took it, rinsed my glass, and then gave me a blonde nitro coffee. I mean, it was good marketing on their end because I remember exactly what I drank from them.
There you go. What was the most pop? Like, was there one brewer there that like had a massive line, and you're like, what the hell? Or
Weldworks for sure. Weldworks had an insane line. Like,
that kind of makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean, aside from them being locals, like they're I'm telling you, like they had like an orange creamsicle sour straight up. It was like you melted an orange creamsicle and carbonated it. Like that's like it was spot on. Everything that they say their beers taste like it's insane.
I'd say Juicy Bits is a wonderful name for a beer.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, everybody was kicking ass. We had this good ciders pouring. And it's always kind of fun to go and drink your local stuff, to go just support, hang out and say what's up, like Pizza Port, hanging out with the homies from Pizza Port. It was always nice. It's interesting because you have such a, everybody's so busy and chaotic life. And then it takes us hanging out in another state to actually finally slow the fuck down and have a beer together.
Yep.
That's always a beautiful part too of these things, of like when it, GABFs, EBC. It's like, man, you literally work in my neighborhood and I never see you, and I have to see you in a whole different state now. Like,
Well, we're gonna jump off the GABF thing. Glad you came home in one piece. You did great coverage. I'd like to say I'll never go there again, but you never know.
Well, you got to
Never
next
say
year.
never.
Got to be a
Never
part of the
say
support
never.
group.
Yep. All right, folks. Let's talk about Mind Haze. Firestone Walker's lineup of hazy IPAs that doesn't just blur the lines between reality and beer, they straight up obliterate it. You've got the OG Mind Haze IPA, juicy, tropical, and smooth enough to make you think, maybe I do love hazy IPA. Then there's Mind Haze Brain Melter, an imperial hazy IPA that comes in at a brain-bending 9% ABV, because sometimes sessionable just isn't in the cards. And if you're feeling particularly unhinged, Mind Haze Cosmic Crusher is here to push the limits of human understanding, or at least your tolerance for an absurdly juicy 10% IPA. What's funny about Melter and Cosmic Crusher, they don't drink like strong beer, which is good and bad. And then there's Mind Haze Rage Turbo Radler, a hazy beer meets lemonade hybrid that exists purely to confuse beer purists and refresh the rest of us. It's big flavor, low bitterness, and exactly what you want after pretending to be productive all day. Mind Haze, beer enlightenment, no meditation required. But seriously, folks, if you haven't tried these yet, what are you even doing? So some news that's broken since the last time we've talked. One of my favorite breweries over in the greater Philadelphia area, Forrest Main, they're out in Ambler, Pennsylvania. So you can go from Center City, Philadelphia, take a train out to Ambler. That'll be about 40 minutes, I think northwest if my geography is correct. They've made a name for themselves with some funky saisons, and then they do some English style beers, cask beers. But then they've done their own take on the New England style IPA that I think is very elegant. So they coined a term baby IPA for something around 4%, slightly hazy. They do some West Coast, but it was always time prohibitive for me to carve out 80 minutes to take a train out there, and 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back. And now they've just opened up a location in Fishtown in Philadelphia, which is, popping off right now. Just one of those nice gentrified areas of the city right now. So,
Yes.
I'm going to be
$8
enjoying
coffees.
I'm going to be enjoying a lot more Forest in Maine. And every March they do March Mildness, and they have gotten more breweries to start making a dark mild, and they kind of do like that, the old passport gimmick
Yeah.
that we used to do, where you go around and tick off milds from all over the city. So huge fan, and I'm glad they're opening another location. Andy, have you ever had Forest in Maine?
No, this does just look at the tap list. This is definitely right up my alley. I like, because it's interesting when breweries, what is your shtick? You look at a Pizza Port, it's very like SoCal driven styles, a lot
Right.
of their own experimental stuff. You can go the other direction, go to like an Enegren. An Enegren is super lager driven, super German, almost, will refuse to do anything else. We had, in Van Nuys, you had McLeod's, and then also you had the original Yorkshire Square, strictly English beers, very, almost never seen anything more than 5 or 6%. But this tap list is cool because I'm seeing, the traditional American stuff. I'm at the pub list right now. And, but I'm also seeing, we're doing some lagers, you're doing English style beers, you're kind of doing a little bit of everything, which is cool. Reminds me of Dovetail in Chicago that was doing like killer lagers and then like
Good analogy.
crazy sours. And it's like, wait, you're doing the same, like the two technically difficult, could it be more technically different beer styles?
Yeah,
in
they're
the same
doing
place?
they do the green bottled saisons, which I'm a big fan of.
So it's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool that they're doing that. But I'll know put this on the list.
The
So
I love the
owner,
fact that they have a
Dan,
beer name
is
called
awesome.
Cult Vibes.
yeah, cold vibes. It's good.
Yeah,
Their owner Dan is cool. He paints a label every time he comes out with a new packaged beer. He paints
This dude looks like the
That's really
Jolly
cool.
Pumpkin dude.
That's very
a little bit,
Paul Elder-ish.
He's got a little, interesting.
Anyway, I have a big spot in my heart for Forrest and Main, and now I have less of an excuse to skip it.
Well, I gave you a bunch of Treehouse, which we talked about
Yes.
offline,
Yeah,
and we never really went through. We
I
could
think
probably
we could.
we could talk about it now.
yeah.
I think we have very strong opinions about it. But yeah, I'll just say, before I forget, you could hook brother up with some Forrest Main for that, trade.
Yeah, I think
So-
that's only fair.
So
But,
let's talk about it. Let's get into
okay.
it.
So you gave me a great little cache of Treehouse and
A little bit of Trillium.
a little bit of Trillium.
Little taste. So I went to my yearly trip to Cape Cod with the family. On the way into Cape Cod, there's a town called Sandwich. You pull up, you get your rack, your 24 pack or whatever, however many you want. They have every drink you could want. They got cold brew, they got NA, they got beers, they got everything. Take that, start ripping those. And I was super impressed. Everyone I had, I really liked. I drank a lot of the IPAs, but they had a whole selection of beers, and the cold brews were good too. Depending on where you stay in the Cape, you can get access to some craft beer depending on where you go. But it just so happened that when I was driving on land, I went by a Trillium, so I also got Trillium beers, and I just was not as satisfied.
Sure.
So I brought them back as promised on the previous episode. I would bring Danny these beers, and I gave him a whole range of both breweries, mostly Treehouse. That's what I did on the way back from staying. We went again, got another 12 beers or whatever. I packed my luggage as deep as possible. The move is actually, this is my new move. If you have a checked bag, it's big enough, it can fit a whole flat of cans, and then you get a top. So you get the two cardboard tops, and then you get tape, and you tape the crap out of it, and then pack a little bit of clothes around it, and then it just fits exactly. You're just
And
ready
under
to
50
go.
pounds.
And you're under 50 pounds, you're good to go.
Dang.
The Delta guys never saw what's coming when they tried to pick this thing up. So put it all in there, throw it on, check it. It's on good. So then I
I'm
bring
with it.
the beers to Danny. So Danny, what did you think of the beers?
The allocation, I love it.
So if I recall, it was for Treehouse, there was a couple little 12-ounce cans of lagers.
Yes.
They were all fine. They weren't like blow my mind, whoa, lagers, right? Enegrin, human robot shilling tier. But good. All passable, no flaws. All something like I would drink a case of before a Patriots game or something, whatever they do over there.
Sure.
Then I think you gave me a mixture for Treehouse, some hazy doubles and singles.
Sure. Yep.
Now, I remember back in my day when they first broke out and everyone had those like monochrome colored cans with like Haze and Julius and whatever. And to me, they were life-changing. They were just amazing, just perfect. The beers that you gave me, to me, were I didn't like them. The hoppy beers, and I was just like, they're too sweet or too bitter or too vegetal. And I was surprised because I thought I was going to have that magic epiphany like I did the first time I had them. And I didn't know if it was that they should have been consumed fresh at the source. But they weren't. They're just, I don't want to say unbalanced, but if I'm looking for monkish, right?
Sure.
They're not balanced. The opposite of balanced.
That's how I thought of Trillium versus the Treehouse. I thought the Treehouse was more, still out of balance, but more just flavor driven versus the monkish. So it's just interesting for people to hear it.
Yeah.
People have talked about it a lot.
Right.
Like, how different we thought about the beers. So
And so, yeah, I like the Trillium beers better. I like
Mm.
it had a nicer hop bite to it, a little drier. And maybe that's the reason for the same reasons why you like the other ones better.
yeah,
I'm a huge, as far as hazies go, it would be Monkish and Fidens are my favorite.
yeah. I think there's like
Good
one
ones.
side. Like I think you can take the spectrum of beers, and there's like you can cut them up, and it's very interesting because there's it'd be interesting to run this analysis of like an untapped where like if someone was trying both sides and then you came up with a camp, maybe there's 2 or 3 camps and you're like the Fidens Monkish or like the Treehouse something, and then like maybe there's a third one and maybe there's like a dividing line there, and there's actually like don't think of it like don't go into some quantitative thing, make it way more simple, like just like category A, B, and C, and like you like this, you like this, you like this, therefore you might like this, like a Netflix
Right.
recommendation engine versus
Right.
like you should try this 5 bottle cap beer, like you might think it's 2 bottle caps, but
Right.
you like a technique versus a yeah, so it's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I I think also like for hazies, like 7-8% is my for the malt content. But and then those those lagers were all serviceable.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. I really do.
I'm happy to deliver.
All right, so we're gonna talk about something that we were talking offline with Antonio is best drunk fast food.
Yeah.
The couple drinks and you lower your standards. It happens.
Or you just open your third eye.
Or you open your third eye. There you go. But I remember I the only thing I don't eat are eggs, and when they used to do LA Beer Week with Uncle Johnny, I would get good and drunk at the LA Beer Festival, and I'd eat a deviled egg and try and keep it down once a year.
Nice.
Otherwise, would never do that. But what is your guilty pleasure for after a session?
I'm gonna, and I'm speaking on just what's gonna cover all the bases, and most likely the convenience. It's gonna be available in the area that I'm at. Most likely, I'm gonna go with Del Taco. Del Taco, it's solid. You got burgers, you got tacos, you got Americanized tacos, obviously, but
California tacos.
California tacos. It's always a win. It's either that or Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box if I'm in another state, most likely, because those are just everywhere, and some of the best jalapeno poppers in the nation. So
I don't think I've had the poppers at Jack, but when I was younger, those like what was it, like 2 tacos for $1 or
yeah, it's
something.
still something super cheap. I think it's like inflation got it up to. I think it's like I want to say like $1.30 now for 2 or something.
All right, they worked.
Yeah. No, they're like that's always a winner. Whatever late night munchie meal box is going on. Like I want to say I'm actually what would it? I was actually just trying to think like what did I have in Denver late Denver has a lot of food trucks everywhere, so that was kind of cool for late night. That's like I think we're a little too like LA's definitely got a better food truck scene than San Diego. San Diego, I don't know, whatever weird, crazy, creepy politics is going on in the background to prevent food vendors. Stop it, San Diego. More food vendors, please.
Right. Andy, some bad decisions.
So I think you go 2 ways here. I want to go on 2 roads. One would be, am I eating the food with the beer? As in, I'm like, it's kind of like it's like a session of both. And then one is like the emergency break. I need something.
Nice.
So I think I don't know if this is right. I think this is right though. I think the pizza and beer are the best 2 things that complement each other in terms of a food and beer back to back to back, boom, 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 handheld, high flavor, beer cuts the grease. You're kind of working all the systems and you're not, you're keeping balance. And then if you're in LA, you're going to Hail Mary or Gras or Desano's. There's a bunch of pizza places by me. LA pizzas coming around, baby.
It is.
You hear it here. Mother tongues on the street, but I really like Hail Mary. We like Hail Mary a lot. Okay, now if you've been drinking, you're like, oh no, shouldn't be here right now, and you're just staring at that fifth Enegrin Lagertha, and you're like, where am I? You need. And I'm surprised Antonio let me have this one. A first round draft pick is Taco Bell. Taco Bell is where I go when for whom the bell tolls is. It's tolling for me. It's going to be a Crunchwrap Supreme. So
yeah, that actually was the after a few beers. That was the food last night. Actually,
see,
that's so funny. See, I will my guard goes down on what I'll spend versus what I would spend completely sober. So the dumbest choices on the Uber Eats app or something or DoorDash where I'm like, I'm gonna get a Crunchwrap delivered for $30 right now.
That's
when
you would never do that.
So there's Home State, which is like a local like an LA. It's not a chain. I wouldn't call it a chain. There's like 5 or 6 of them. I don't know how many restaurants until there's you're a chain. I mean, there's 6 of these things. I mean, they're very good, but it's also like baby's first Mexican food, not like actual like a taco truck Mexican
like
food.
A Chipotle or
it's like a little bit better than a Chipotle. But and better than a Chipotle, but not really. It's there's more levels above that even. So
reminds me of Freebirds. Did you guys ever go to
Freebirds? Oh, dude. So the short of the long story is I went to grad school in Santa Barbara, which is actually in a town called Goleta, which is near Santa Barbara. And then my grad student apartment was on El Colegio, and then that was the street that runs parallel to the water. So you walk 5 blocks down, you're at Freebirds, which is a 24/7 burrito establishment. I mean, it was just amazing.
Incredible
stuff.
Like they are next level with the stand. Like they put Chipotle to shame. It's really sad that they closed the one in Temecula. I mean, I'm talking like, they had a bottle of fresh lime juice like before, like at the end of the assembly line of your burrito. Like, oh, do you want some extra lime juice? Of course I want like that citrus blast. Of course.
And the Freebirds that was in Goleta or UC Santa Barbara was like, I think the first, if not the first. And because it's very different than the chain, because you go to that one and they have a very different menu and it's not as all glammed up as the stores. So yeah, Freebirds, can't beat it.
Yeah, bring back more of those.
I'll tell you, I also after a long day doing Dodgers versus Phillies at Dodger Stadium, everything was closed, and I wound up getting a Western bacon cheeseburger from Carl's, which I steer away from, but I'm like, all right, screw it, good one, though. We're doing it.
Yep, that's it's you gotta completely submerge it in ranch. That's the way to eat the Western bacon cheeseburger.
Got it.
Yeah, you need that. That's just like Jack in the Box tacos, ranch. You gotta dunk them in ranch and extra taco sauce, of course. But
so a little bit of beer news. Creature Comfort, which is a brewery that's maybe about 10 years old now. Originally Athens, Georgia. I believe the original co-founder, Chris Herron, I think has since, divested. I know that they show up every year at Firestone Walker Invitational every year and have a good showing. They have a great cucumber goza. They opened up, like many, just like a day before or after COVID-19 in downtown LA. And they spent a whole year sitting on real estate that they weren't operating. Maybe 2 years. I think it's 2 years. Maybe more. Maybe it was 3 years. But it was a ridiculous amount of time that they had a downtown LA outpost scheduled that wasn't operating. So you can just imagine how fun it must be to be paying for a spot or building out a spot that's not making a dime, right?
Yeah.
And so they finally opened maybe about a year or two ago, and I haven't been able to stop by, and I'd ask friends who have. They go, the beer, fantastic. I go, how's the crowd? They're like, not so hot. And somehow I have the Reddit app. I have the Reddit app on my phone, and the things that I get pop-ups for are random. It could be, a Bigfoot sighting. It could be, something about, U.S. politics. It could be about automobiles, but somehow I got a pop out of a thread that said, we're pretty sure Creatures Downtown LA is no more. And enough people said, nope, it looks like they're toast, done. Andy and I poked around before the show. They have no mention of it on their own website as a location.
And even Google Maps is permanently closed now on their if you search for it on Google.
So it doesn't get more official than that. And
oh wow,
I believe our boy Bags was their sales rep.
Oh,
So
So
yeah.
probably could reach out to him. He probably will be like, "Yep, they're toast." But
interesting. It's
just
a dark era.
It's a dark era, and every day it's somebody else. But you're also like some of them you have to get into their mind or their shoes and go. They like it's got to be pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that the folks running Creatures Downtown LA didn't know. Like, wow, it's just a matter of when.
Yeah, and it's also like a brand coming out of town.
That didn't make sense to me.
It was all these guys that are trying to. It's like a market test. And like, is space is open? Maybe make some money. Maybe there's an employee that wanted to move to Los Angeles. Key
Right.
employee wanted to move there. Oh sure, okay, you open up, run it for us. It's one of these things where unless you're gonna really, really go for it, like an Asheville move, where all those guys moved to Asheville and really grow. And even I don't think it was many years ago. Me and you were Danny and I were looking at each other saying, "Are these breweries going to make it?" Like, is New Belgium really going to crank something out of this, or are they going to have to sell it because it's like it doesn't work, right? In Mills River, even Sierra Nevada, is it working? Luckily those two brands pulled it out, right?
Right.
The Voodoo series caught, cool. The Little
Right.
Thing series caught, cool. So like they were able to grow.
Now I know Deschutes did the Richmond, Virginia. I don't even know if they're still operating over there.
And then Stone, for every winner, there's a loser, right? There's going to be, Stone's retraction.
Yeah.
And so, it's only if, it's not, if you build it, they will come. It's like, well, if you build it, you're kind of, you got to kind of playing with dice,
if
a little
you build
bit, right?
it and you put touch tunes and good food and
Parking.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, okay, so for like the people like the big breweries where there's a destination essentially, and a west and east coast destination, you'll take some business, but then you can fill out the manufacturing end of it, because if you can't fill the manufacturing end out of it and you can't get Donna's pickle beer to brew in your place, right, or secure a contract, what are you going to do, right? I mean, I'm not going to say that AleSmith is completely dead, but there's not as much AleSmith beer, right? It's a lot of contractors that are working out of AleSmith. They do a great job. Most of the beer you taste in California or Southern California, from my understanding, is an AleSmith produced beverage that's been contracted out. So it's interesting
stuff there. Yeah, it's
a lot of Orderville.
Yeah, a lot of Orderville.
A lot of Orderville. Yeah, AleSmith. I guess what I'm getting back to is like obviously dark era and like Miramar. We used to call it Beer Mar.
Correct.
And like it is dead now. There's nothing. It doesn't have the glamour's gone. Like it's like a ghost town now with beer. I mean, there still is like some solid breweries like Duckfoot. I love them. Still super fun. You have you have like Harlan and stuff, but it's almost just like straight up just kind of it's more of your production spot, and it's just not so much of a destination like it used to be, like back in the day with like Setting Sun sake, like and then you take off to just like so many breweries that were like clustered up right there.
Yeah, I mean Green Flash, Ballast Point.
Yeah,
you could do in like a car ride real quick.
That was it. Yep, there was like so much to tour around, and like now it's. I was just looking at an old picture of a Green Flash tap list. It was like 7% IPAs. Pints were only $4. I was like, oh my gosh.
Dude, they used to be one of my favorite breweries, Green Flash. I miss them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what my favorite beer is, Antonio.
What's that?
Sierra Nevada Celebration Ale.
Oh yeah, I like it. Perfect plug. Perfect plug.
So is that not your favorite?
Mm,
Oh, it is. All right. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. It
Andy,
is.
favorite?
I mean, it's one of my top 3 beers of all time. I mean, I think pale ales will be up there already. So if it's not pale ale, it's Celebration. I mean, I look forward to it every year. It's funny.
Yeah.
But what? I mean, it's remarkably consistent.
No,
no.
so we were talking offline about just how it's it's disproportionately praised once a year for about 1 month to
Sure.
2 months of the year. Like it's Pliny the Elder.
Sure. I mean, they're playing the younger. It's any seasonal release. Wookie Jack just came out, another fantastic seasonal black IPA that they tried to make it run year round and not. So, I mean, yes, it would never command anything like it's what it has if it was year round.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I think that's okay. It means when I see it, it'll be a good example of it. Can you run a business with only seasonal beers? I mean, you could, right? Where you just only, whenever you saw a beer around, it was fresh.
Seasonal Brewing Co. Let's do it.
Seasonal Brewing Co.
So, much like the Enjoy By series and anything like that, where you have basically put a time bomb on it, your distributor hates you because they can't, they have to move the beer, they have to sell, they can't, buy too much, buy too little. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good beer, Danny. It's a really good beer. Have you had it?
It's a really great beer.
It really is, and like the feelings, the emotions that come along with it. Once you see the can, like I sent you that meme in the group chat of like, oh, the Christmas decorations are already up, like Halloween hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah,
but there's something magical about it. It's like I don't know. It's always my tradition too. For I live in San Diego now, but I grew up in Riverside. And there's not much going on, but every year they got the Festival of Lights. That's like the biggest thing for them. It's a moneymaker. And that's what you take some celebrations, you discreetly put it in another container, and you walk around Festival of Lights and enjoy celebrate. That's been tradition.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I like it better in the bottle. I sound like an old dad now, but I really prefer it in the bottle. I'm sure it's still conditioned, in the can, but I don't know why. I think I like pale ale out of the bottle better too. Maybe it's nostalgia.
I could, yeah, no, I can get with that. I mean, that's just like with Anchor Steam. I was pissed when they did the rebrand, like in that weird twisted tea looking color can. Like,
yeah, that was whack.
Yeah, no, there was something very iconic about having an Anchor Steam, a nice chilled Anchor Steam out of that, like that, just perfect shaped bottle. No other bottle. It's same thing with banquets, like with the stubby. Like,
oh, I love the stubby, the yellow bellies.
That's just that's one of those beers of like, even if somebody wasn't planning on having a beer, they're like, oh, all right, you got one of those. All right, I'll take one of those. I'll take one of those.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm circling Costco until they get the 24-pack of Celebration. Somebody on our Instagram messaged me saying they got their first Celebration hanger over the year now. Those beers are easy to drink, but they pack a punch. 6.8, I think.
6.8.
They seem like they're very, malt forward, we'll call it.
Sure. Well integrated malt hop complexity. I think it hits. I think it hits
residuals.
I think it hits the American IPA style pretty dead on. At least the older BJCP. The newer BJCP is going towards hoppier, fruitier, drier, more blonde. But it's right there.
I brewed a clone of it a couple of years ago, and that's how good that beer is. You can even make a clone of it. It's like still fucking delicious.
Yeah, just get yours. What is it, C60 for you geeks out there?
Yeah, that. I mean, I did use, because I was impatient. I used some Kvike yeast, got that thing kicking away.
All right,
just as Ken Grossman had told you to use.
Right.
Kvike yeast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were on a
Nice.
Norwegian cruise, and he said,
"Oh, this is the secret.
This is it.
This
Don't
is the
tell
secret.
anybody.
Don't tell anyone. I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you, Ted Grossman."
"Oh, that's fantastic,
Quote
gentlemen."
unquote.
Gentlemen, we're out of time. But before we go, Antonio, plug your shit.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, we Mash Pit. We have a sub series out coming out called Ales and Artists. First episode back after a while. I did some of these a long time ago, but first episode back going to be with Brandon Baker, the lead of Johnny Tsunami, Disney Channel original movie, all that good happy stuff. Good times. It's a sub series called Ales and Artists. It's still going to be. You'll find it on the Mash Pit. It's just fun. It's an excuse to hang out with cool people that aren't necessarily industry. So that's coming up. A very special merch drop coming up here, seasonal. That's going to match up with the seasons. Me and Pilsnerish are doing a really special. I'll make sure you boys get a couple of them when they come out. And other than that, doing fun shit on the internet. Watch me be a professional idiot at Wort Wrangler on Instagram. That's the big stuff all going on over here.
President Carter.
Next Homebrew Fest, SoCal Homebrew Fest is going to be May. I'm not in charge anymore. I'm just signing the checks, so I have to have a little more fun and a little less seriousness. Next year, it's the big 4-0, so I'm trying to line up some pro-ams to celebrate my 40th birthday. Stay tuned. Want to
I'm
be
so
out there.
excited for that.
Be
I'm
out
so
and
excited.
about, and not just Well, I'm not homebrewing anymore. I've been a little busy at my house, so and my actual job.
We should actually
yeah.
make a Dortmunder next year.
It would be good if we made a Dortmunder. I would really think we should make a Dortmunder.
I don't know if you know the quick inside joke on that.
No.
So there was just because we had this very serial killer-esque kind of homebrewer approach our campsite, and just would not shut the fuck up about us drinking his beer. And we were clearly taking a break, trying not to drink because it's an all-day thing, 2 days. And we were just hanging out with the Diet Cokes and whatnot. And he just would not shut up. So the rest of the night, we just kept up with this joke of this imaginary character of have you tried my Dortmunder? Come on, I got a Dortmunder with your name on it. Come on.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Surely it wasn't me.
Fantastic.
No. We had to aggressively tell this guy, no, we don't want to drink. I think Kevin almost got into a fight. That's how aggressive this guy was getting.
Wild times. And then you forgot all the babes walking around in bikinis. That part of the homebrew fest,
totally.
right?
Every homebrew fest, just just babes galore.
Babes galore. All right, you guys. We will catch up soon. Maybe we'll get a group text going, see if we can get a year-end show going because the clock is ticking.
Yeah, let's do it.
So thanks everybody for tuning in, watching, subscribing, sharing it with their friends, and all that other good stuff. Make sure you follow us at The Full Pint. Cheers.
You know that the reason for all life is the sun in the sky. I gotta stop wondering why. I had some stress, but it's gone. Didn't know what was wrong. I'm not really sure what we have to hide. Have to explain the need to get by. 'Cause everyone dying. The dark side, you're thinking about night, and you're gonna walk towards the darkness. The light side, you're dreaming about life, and you're gonna walk into the light. The dark side, you're thinking about light, and you're gonna walk towards the darkness. The light side, you're dreaming about light, and you're gonna walk into the light. On earth. The dark side at night. inside.